What is going on, guys? It is Juicetra, and welcome back to the HermitCraft Feed the Beast server. This is episode who knows. I've honestly lost track. Seriously, with all the switches of the servers and the worlds, I've lost track. I think this will be the second actual episode on the new HermitCraft Feed the Beast server. Anywho, welcome back. How are you guys doing today? We are at the Goon Squad HQ, the unfinished, under construction Goon Squad HQ. It's kind of a mess right now. Big mess. But anyways, guys, just wanted to thank you guys for your recent support in the last little bit. Everybody's been really fantastic. Videos have been doing a little bit better than usual, and I appreciate it very much so, considering this is my full-time gig right now, and I am always trying to learn a few more. Why is there a hole in the wall? What is this? Why is there a hole? Okay, so this is the storage room. I know Skiz has been working on this. Why did he put a hole there? That's so strange. Yeah, Skiz has been working on a lot of HermitCraft, and I think he's got a few things done. He's got the Boots of the Traveler. He's got a lot of things. Ooh, he's getting the Golem animation. Oh, very nice, Schism. And he's got a bunch of other research notes in here that are incomplete. Not really sure what the heck this table is called, but it looks pretty badass. Anywho, in the last episode, which I did with Schism, we worked on setting up some geothermal power just to get some macerating and some extracting going for some ores and then the rubber trees. Unfortunately, the lava pool down there ran out. And I've knew from the start, I may have mentioned this before, that I wanted to get away from thermal expansion. I wanted to try my hands in something different. And I really want to try Forestry. But the entry into Forestry is a little bit more expensive, and it's also a little bit more complicated because I'm more familiar with EU, which we get from this stuff here. Obviously, the MFE outputs EU. Geothermal, same thing. However, Forestry deals with MJ. But I really didn't know where to start when we first got into this. No idea with Forestry. I was reading, doing research on my own and whatnot. I just could not figure it out. Initially, I wanted to work with a tree farm, thinking that would be the best way to do power, but didn't turn out to be. So I enlisted the help of a friend. I like to call him a friend. He's a mod on my stream, Tib Tuner, and he decided to, or he agreed to hop on a server with me and kind of go through setting up a self-sufficient and efficient forestry farm for power generation. So, using biomass, biofuel. And basically, to get into it, I need to have these two things in order to start creating forestry parts for these forestry machines that I'm going to need. So I've got the Carpenter, which uses water, and I'm pretty sure it needs power. So I've just got some Stirling engines that will power with. I think you can use coal coke, which we have a bit. And then we have a thermionic fabricator, which is going to create a lot of the glass products that I need for like little circuits or glass tubes and whatever that I'm going to need for some of the things. But there's a lot. I also got an aqueous accumulator under here just to feed the Carpenter. These things are so amazing, and I don't think they're that expensive to make. No, I mean, it looks like, what is that? You're like, wow, that's got to be expensive. Nope. Cheap. A pneumatic servo. Super cheap. Machine frame? Nope. Cheap. Super cheap. It's a super cheap thing. Hold on. The guys are freaking out right now. Hold on. Got an email. Anywho's, these two are key to getting into forestry because I need a bunch of machines. I'm going to need a combine, a farm, a sugarcane harvester, an igneous extruder, a moistener, a fermenter, and eventually I'm going to need some biogas engines and a biogenerator. But like I said, it's going to take a while to get into it, but I thought maybe I'd show you what kind of a basic, how I plan to use the power or how I'm going to set it up. So we're going to hop into another server right now, and I'm going to show you a little bit of how we have the power plant, I guess you can call it, set up. So be right back. Alrighty, guys, welcome back. We're actually on my my staff's for my public server. I set up a Feed the Bee server for them, and this is kind of the setup that we are going to take. And obviously, this is not the prettiest looking setup for right now, but it was mainly shown to me and worked on just for to show me how it would work. So it's actually not too bad when it all comes down to it. Basically, and I don't have the numbers, but sugarcane outputs the best fuel, I guess, exporting, I don't know, for biofuel, more so than wheat, more so than saplings. So basically, this is just a small farm, but the idea is we're going to have a 21 by 21 checkerboard sugarcane farm. So it's going to be huge, but it's going to net the most output. It's going to be the most efficient. So right here we have this. It's called a sugarcane harvester, and it's not too bad. Sugarcane harvester, and as you can see, not too bad. You need glass, you need a logger, and you need 4 sugarcane. So I mean, this is all pretty simple. The logger is probably the most expensive. I mean, 4 glass, and then you need these diamantine electron tubes, which you need to make in the thermionic fabricator, and that's pretty darn expensive. But this will output you 4 of them, and that's really all I need for that right now. And then the small circuit board, simple, in a carpenter, redstone, and tin ingot. So that's pretty cheap. And then the sturdy casing, just bronze. So very easy. But you start off with that, and this. So you have the sugarcane harvester. You have an engine, which right now is a biofuel or biogas engine, but I will probably be changing this at the beginning to something like a Stirling engine or even Redstone or something, just to get it off the ground until I can start actually fueling biogas engines. So there's that. The next important component is the wheat farm, which the wheat is going to be used for the fuel to actually break down the sugarcane into biogas. So pretty simple. You have a this is the farm. I always mix these up. Nope. So this here's the farm. This here's the combine. So basically, the farm is kind of similar to like a tree harvester, a tree farm. It sets up this area. I don't know the exact dimensions, but it lays down all this dirt, and it puts in water, and then it plants all the seeds. So simply, all you have to do is you have to put enough dirt in here for the farm once. You don't have to keep supplying it dirt. It's not like the tree farm where you have to put in humus every time it runs out and it turns into sand. And then you just have to put seeds in it, and you can actually repump the seeds back into it, so it's totally self-sufficient. This combine here is important because I don't remember, actually. Hold on one sec. There's so much. Let me research. I'll be right back. Got it. Okay, combine is actually very important. It's like the tree farm kind of does it all like the logger. So it's basically like the logger for the tree farm. What that does is it just cuts down all the wheat. So basically, once it's activated, it clears the wheat and stores it in the chest next to the combine. Or you can connect it with pipes that send the wheat along the pipes to whatever destination they connect to. So this is important for knocking down all the wheat. And then what happens is it gets transported, but not before seeds get repumped into the farm. But if it's full, then seeds will come in here. That's there for no reason. We put that there. Next, the wheat then heads on over to this little contraption that's supposed to be in the dark. It's called a moistener, and basically what the moistener does is it turns the wheat into mulch. And it does that by using water, and then it also requires cobblestone. So in order to get cobblestone in there, basically it's very simple. This is cheap. You get an igneous extruder, set it to cobblestone, put some lava, put some water in it, and that thing is totally self-sufficient. Doesn't need power, and you never need to refill it. Just because with cobblestone there is no refilling required, but if you do stone or obsidian, you're gonna have to pump lava and water in it and keep it fueled. So this thing's pretty awesome. So basically it just sends in the cobblestone, which then connects to the moistener, and then the wheat comes in here, and then the wheat decays, mixes with this and whatnot, or I think that's how it works. Don't quote me on it. You can research it. I'm just trying to give an overview. And then it turns into mulch. Any of the cobblestone that doesn't fit into here, you can see it is being diverted by this diamond pipe, and it's going into a void pipe just so there's not a lot of entities on the ground. And again, we got an aqueous accumulator under there because the mulch, the moistener, much like the carpenter, needs water all the time. So that's simple. And then after that's done, and just a side note, this you can actually create like mossy cobble and mossy brick using this moistener too, so it's kind of cool. Next, then the mulch gets transported out here, and then in here, if there's excess mulch, it just comes back and goes into the void pipe. But this then heads on over to, this is the big daddy. This is where all the magic happens. This right here is the fermenter, and again, we have another aqueous accumulator under it. A lot of the forestry requires water, as you can see, which is super important. Anyways, the mulch gets transported along here, comes into the fermenter, pops into the bottom slot there, and the sugarcane comes from the sugarcane harvester, pops into the top here. And what happens when this is powered, well, there's no, oh, there, it's warming up. There we go. And you can see a little bit of lava left, and there we go. So now it's pumping. And now this is going to start to turn it into the biogas, which is super awesome. So that's pretty simple. Now you're getting the good stuff. You're getting the green, the liquid gold. And basically you can pipe this off into tanks and whatnot. And then you could pipe it out and you could put it into your, pulverizers, powered furnaces, stuff like that. The last thing, and this is where I'm trying to make a little bit of change here, because you can power all this stuff with Buildcraft pipes, the pulverizer and the powered furnace, but I've been noticing that there's been a lot of power, like the power will build up here and then the pipes will explode. I'm not really sure how to fix it, but I've kind of been looking into these, they're called Redstone, where the energy, nope, Redstone Energy. There, here we go. So these Redstone Energy cells, which can store up to 600,000 MJ. And that's what we're dealing with forestry, is MJ rather than EU. So I was thinking maybe in order to deal with this, let me go here, to deal with that power buildup, that excess power, is you take maybe one of these Redstone Energy cells, and then you take a Redstone, what are they called? A Redstone Energy conduit. And I was wondering if maybe, see, that doesn't work. Does it connect? Will it connect to this? Yeah, so the energy cell will connect to the Buildcraft pipes, and then you can output using these Redstone Energy, or these Redstone conduits, energy conduits. And then I'm thinking you can probably input them into, I'm hoping at least, yep, you can input them into pulverizers and stuff like this. So this might be the best way to prevent power buildup in the Buildcraft pipes. So the only thing is, these things are pretty darn expensive to create. You've got electrum ingots, you've got energy cell frames. I mean, these things you can actually, I think it's gold and something else, dust mixed together, and you can get these electrum ingots. I'll have to do more research. Lead, there's kind of the same deal. I have a bunch of lead. This thing is a little bit more expensive because you need to use a liquid transposer with an energy cell frame, which you need hardened glass, which is simply induction smelting lead, and it's a lot. So this is the most expensive part. It's kind of going to be the last thing that I get into, probably. But I believe that this is going to be the way to make this work with these machines. Hi, I'm recording. Be gone. DJ is actually one of the mods, admins on my server, so he does good things. So yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing. These are expensive, but I think that's going to sort it out. However, in the meantime, and it's always good to have, the macerator, the extractor for sure, stuff like that. And what I can do, and what you can do, is you can set up multiple tanks for the biogas or biofuel, whatever you turn it into, to go to. And then you could pump one of the tanks out into this thing, which is a biogenerator. And simply put, when you turn this redstone engine on, let it get going, you're going to start seeing this biogas go out. It's going to pump into this biogenerator. And then this biogenerator is going to convert and output by these fiber cables to the MFE, what we're all used to, and it's going to convert the MJ into EU. So now I can use the biofuel to not only get biogas and use biogas engines and power these kind of machines like the pulverizer, the powered furnace, etc. But I can also output energy now and convert it and use it for, extractors and use anything that uses EU. So I could also, charge my jetpack in there, my tools, stuff like that. So basically, this farm, this setup, this power plant generation is going to give me everything that I need. I'm going to have MJ for pulverizers and stuff like that, and machines that use MJ, but I'm also going to have power that I can convert and use for EU stuff, which is super awesome. So this is what I really want to do, and it's going to be very expensive, and it's going to take a very long time to get into. But now that I have the carpenter and the thermionic fabricator, I can at least get the process started. Also, one thing is I could set up another tank, and I plan on doing this. I'm going to have probably at least 3 tanks, and maybe even iron tanks. I'm not sure yet. I've never experimented with those. But I'll have another tank here, for instance, and what we'll do is we're going to pump, obviously gas into here. We'll take some of this. So we'll just say like this. Oops. And then what I want to be able to do is have it pump out gas. Obviously, we'll pipe all this stuff and that stuff underground, but it's going to pump out the gas, and it's going to pump it into what we're eventually going to have powering our farms is biogas engines. These things don't explode. They're very low maintenance. They just need lava in here at all times if you're going to stop and start it, because it uses it every so often. Hardy har. But that's the plan. I mean, this setup here can be a super self-sufficient power plant. And it's using forestry, which is really what I wanted to use. Biogas, we're sticking with stuff that's good for the earth. Earth? I said earth. It's earth. But that's basically it. I'm not going to get this started on camera on the HermitCraft server today. I feel like this is information overload for some people. So feel free to watch the video back if you don't understand something, or hit up the Feed the Beast wiki, kind of check out what these things do. It really helped me out as well. But once I start building on the HermitCraft server, I'll start to I'll try to break it down into parts. Maybe we'll break it down into setting up these 2 farms first. So we'll do the sugarcane harvester and we'll do the farm and combine, and then next we'll work on the moistener, igneous extruder, and the fermenter, and then finally we'll work on actually setting it up to output power to machines that use MJ and then machines that use EU. So this could be a 3-parter, but I think, and I'm hoping it will be largely helpful to some people out there that don't understand. I'll try to dumb it down because I am a dummy. I don't understand it. So I'm going to try to break it down into the smallest terms possible. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah, I realized that this whole thing was pretty much on this server. It wasn't on HermitCraft. But this whole thing is going to flip right around and go back to HermitCraft. So HermitCraft FTB it is. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, as always, please feel free to leave a like. They really do help me out. Yeah, we'll see you guys in the next Feed the Beast. Later, guys.